Welcome to Allie's Attic, where you never know what kind of surprise you'll find in my attic. I'm your host, Allie, and today my surprise is an independent artist that since her first EP, Be Your Own Phoenix, in 2015, dropped. She has been doing extremely well. She's originally from north of Norway, and now she lives in Gothenburg, Sweden. Please welcome Renate. Hello!
Hi, how are you?
I am doing well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for coming on. What time is it
Yeah.
there?
Now it's like 8:30 in the evening.
My goodness. I still
Yes.
have such a weird time with like time differences. It's 1:35
I
in the
know.
afternoon here.
Oh, wow.
It's so crazy.
Yeah,
So
it's a little bit crazy.
Renate, tell me, like, how old were you when you decided, okay, you know what, this is what I want to do?
Well, to be honest, I was, a late bloomer in that way because I really didn't do any like singing solo artist thing career until 2012. And man, like, to be honest, I'm 35 now, so you could maybe figure out the rest. So I discovered singing and writing music pretty late in my life, so to speak.
Wow.
Mm?
Well,
Yeah,
that, you know what, and that's, I mean, whichever. I mean, what made you
yeah.
decide, what, like, all of a sudden, like, what made you decide, okay, has it been something that you always wanted to do and you finally decided, okay, I'm doing it?
I mean, I really never thought I could sing. That was I just never thought about it. I loved music. I loved listening, finding, sharing, all of the different genres and everything and discovering music. And all of a sudden, I'm at a party and this guy picks up a guitar and starts to, jam a little bit. And I started to sing. I guess I was just feeling comfortable and I just like go for it. And we have this amazing jam session together right there.
Wow.
And people around started like, whoa, 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 what's going on here and everything. So it was really like the first moment that I like, whoa, maybe this was like too much fun. I need to discover. I need to do more of this. I just knew that thought came in my head, and so from there I started writing it and started we started performing a little bit and small steps, and then I got in contact with more and more people, some producers, and yeah,
And now
it was really like a crazy journey. I mean, a fast journey when I first kind of realized and started to discover
wow.
this way of expressing myself. Yeah, it was really like shit. Like, why haven't I done it before? But I guess I was just, it was not in my world.
Well, yeah,
And also, I mean, yeah, Sweden are super. Everybody here does music, so I guess I was a little bit like also influenced by that, and it kind of opened my doors in that way.
well, I'm glad I did. And I mean,
Yeah, I'm so happy I moved here.
Yeah, no kidding. And you don't, like, that's why
Yeah.
I love asking people to tell me their journey, because there's so many different ways to get to where you are right now. And
Yeah.
that is so cool. I mean, not jammed, I've sat around a fire pit with friends of mine playing guitars, and when I sing, they stop and
Yeah.
ask me to stop. So
What? No.
right. They're really good. I grew up with them. They've known me since I was a baby, so they can say that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I live vicariously through you guys because I love music. And now your music is kind of like power pop to slightly darker electronic, right?
Yeah, you could say that. Absolutely.
What made you decide?
Yeah, well, it was a little bit to do with, I mean, the electronic music, the analog synthesizers, the soundscape, the sounds it makes has always kind of tickled me, and I've always been drawn to that kind of music from the beginning. So to me, it was just natural to work with. I got a chance to work with a producer for my first EP, and it was amazing. And he was also like more going in that direction. So it was like a very nice coincidence that we found kind of each other and started playing around in the studio. And in a one weekend we had written Just Let Go, and it was from there. It was just discovering more and more, and having fun basically with writing melodies, sounds, music, and sitting there and watching everything is so awesome.
I
I
could,
really like the technical part
yeah.
of it as
How
well.
how many songs did
Yeah.
you write in a weekend?
The first weekend we had, we wrote one song, but the next ones we maybe could write like two or three songs,
Wow.
like have the basic sound and all of the lyrics and all of the melody. So it was pretty intense, but when it flows, it flows. You can't really stop it, but it depends really on what kind of producer you have, or what kind of chemistry it is, or what drives the process. Because he was the first one was really driven and had his visions very strong, and I was like just enjoying it. But the second one, which I worked with on Event Horizon, my two latest singles, Event Horizon and Gemini, then I got a completely different kind of process, because I was more like kind of left to myself, and I could go really deep and just be so much more raw and I don't know. It was like no vision, no prevision. It was only my my dark little head, and I don't know. It was a completely different process, and it's so nice to experience that as well. It's like it's no real, it's no guidelines for how to write music really,
Yeah,
and I
exactly.
like that.
And
Yeah,
it was freedom for you. And I mean, on your,
yeah,
you did get down on dirty and in your newest release, and
yeah.
also cheeky, raw, and unforgiving. And that's cool. I mean, you got to be you, and I think that's the coolest part about working on your own. I mean,
Yeah,
working with producers is awesome. I mean, I've heard so many people say that they give great advice, and working with
yeah,
different ones, you get different sounds and you learn new things.
yeah,
And then you get
yeah,
to go out on your own and you get to do, exactly what you want to do. And so I
yeah,
think
and
both
like
processes are
discover it.
cool. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It is so cool, because I was really like, shit, maybe I can't. Who knows? I've never tried it before. Everything is new to me. So discovering that it actually could produce like two more songs, like more on from me, from my vision, from my inspiration, it was pretty awesome and pretty like powerful for me as an artist in my own journey, so to say.
Well, no kidding. I think it would be too.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I don't do any of this, but I could imagine. I'd love to do it by myself. I mean, I'd love the
Yeah,
help of other people, and I'd love to learn from other people, but I'd love to just be able to express myself freely.
exactly. It's
Um,
really powerful. Yeah.
yeah, I can imagine.
Mm, mm,
Now, based on everything that you've gone through, I mean, because
mm.
I mean, you started late in the game. A lot of people start when they're like,
Yeah.
8 or 9 or 4, but
Yeah, exactly.
based on what you've gone through, Renee, if you could give any artist any kind of advice, what do you think you would tell them?
Um, yeah, I would just say that if you have any like doubts or something blocking your uh, wish of exploring music, as in writing, as in creating it, it's just there's no rules, and you can do it in your way. You can knock on a table of wood, and that is music. Just get started. It's like it's no um, hindering. And in today's world of um, all the social media platforms, you can post everything yourself. You can download, music instruments on your computer if you have one. It's like the possibilities are there. It's just start somewhere,
Hmm.
because yeah, it's like don't be afraid, because every artist, or at least that's what I think, have everybody's like just a human in in the base, and then they create from that, and that is where personally I think the most beautiful music comes from, is when you're stripped down and dares to be you dare to be you
Yeah.
and raw.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean,
Yeah.
don't be
Okay.
afraid. If you've got it, go for it. For the love of God, you only get one chance at this life.
Yeah, exactly. And
um,
don't
Go ahead.
and also don't try to um, listen so much to what other people think and say, because I mean, many people that create music are sensitive people, and I'm one of those for sure. And I have learned to respect that part of me. So if it's like too much, I back off,
Hmm.
and that's okay, because the business can be pretty rough,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. As an independent artist,
and a
yes.
lot of exactly, yeah, and a lot of opinions and a lot of voices can make you a little bit like, whoa, I don't know, lose your way, you lose your path. So stick to you. I mean,
Yeah.
trust yourself, basically. Yeah.
Great advice. Yeah. I mean, you're going to hear a lot of
Mm.
no's, but I mean, everybody's got everybody's got an opinion, and everybody has different tastes.
Yeah.
So you can't just go by what one
Yeah.
person or two people say. You've got to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. You can't please everyone.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, what two songs are we going to hear from you today?
Today we're gonna hear the first song that I wrote and produced myself, Event Horizon, and also the second one that I had the same process with, which is Gemini, and they are pretty different. The first one is more slow, more dark, more vulnerable, maybe, and the other one is a little bit the opposite. So I hope it's gonna be like a fun listening.
Oh, I've listened. I like them.
Yeah.
Everybody else is going to, and if they don't, too bad. But I love
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
And I
Too
mean,
bad.
trust me, I listen to music every single day, and I love them. I absolutely love your sound.
Wow, thank you so much.
So people, your music's available to buy pretty much anywhere people buy their music online,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
and you can be found on Facebook and Instagram. So
Yes.
I urge everybody to follow Renate, because you're gorgeous, number one,
Oh, thank you.
and you are
You're so sweet.
so talented, and I can see you going so far. And if anything new happens, get a hold of me. You're always welcome to come back on. If you produce a new single and you want help promoting it,
Yeah, yeah,
I have
yeah.
a page on my website that I can throw it up on, and I'll help you promote it as much as I can. And
Fantastic.
thank you so much for coming on, Renate. And I
Oh, thank you.
take
Thank
care,
you.
and I wish you the best success.
Thank you so much. Thank you, really, for having me. It was super.
Awesome, awesome. And thank
Yeah.
you for joining me on Allie's Attic Show. Keep checking my website, because you never know what kind of surprise you're going to find in my attic. Cheers.